Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Leaders Podcast. Now, today I'm joined with Bernarda Škrabar Damnjanović. I hope I've got that pronunciation right. Bernarda's a worldwide recognized investigator based in Slovenia. She has over 20 years experience and she's a certified international investigator with the CII. Bernarda, welcome to the show. So Leaders is a podcast for the industry, talking about the industry to people in the industry. So it's a new concept. It's not been done before, and I'm really excited to have you here today. So please introduce yourself, just a little bit about yourself and your background.
Well, hi, Mike, first of all, and hi, all the audience that are looking at. I'm really glad to be here. So I must welcome this podcast because it's really important for our investigative world worldwide, I think, and it's really a big step forward in the developing our industry. So, Mike, that's good to go. So about me, as you said, I'm almost 20 years in this industry, starting from actually high school for police and security under the umbrella of Ministry of Interior. And then I was developing further at the Faculty of Criminal Justice and Security. And I'm actually finishing my PhD in the field of cognitive interviewing in the investigative world, actually. So it has been a long journey, actually. And the participating in international memberships in, as I said, Council of International Investigators, and I'm also the member of World Association of Detectives and IKD, so International Commission umbrella for detectives, and it's really a big part of my life, and I'm really committed to our work and looking forward for all the development it's going on in our industry, because it's awesome, about all the AI going on.
Thank you, Bernarda. You touched on a few points there, right? Your studies, your PhD, along with conducting investigation work, right? You do that in Slovenia, in Eastern Europe, in Europe, worldwide. You're doing that as well. And then you also mentioned associations that you're part of. So let's break that down. How do you manage to keep those three things going? Running a company in Slovenia, servicing your clients, studying for a PhD, which just doing that on its own is a huge task, and then devoting your time to board positions in global associations. Break that down for us. Explain.
It's really hard, but professional investigative work and work, it's like you must be committed to it. So it's not turning off when you come at home and then you say, oh, I'm not at work and I'm free now. So it's really a big part of my life. And I think that's the part of your life too, because you're really, you're really working around the globe like 24/7. So I think it's really important to commit your life to this profession if you want to be really successful.
Yeah, you're right. It isn't a job. It's a way of life. That you are completely right. So PhD, why start that journey as well? What was the thought behind that?
I was thinking how to make an added value to our work, not just for me, but worldwide, actually. So I decided to have the team, like, as I said, how the cognitive interview techniques help the investigator to improve himself. Not just to gain the more information from the suspect or from the witness, but how can he improve himself to conducting the interviews? So I think it would be a really, really added value for us, for the global investigations community worldwide. So I'm really pushing forward to finish it in this year. So, and then I will present the results to the communities, like to CIA and also to WID, and from there on.
We'll be interested to hear your findings. That's a good journey to go on. So talk about associations then. Why, being where you're based, did you feel the step to join, say, global associations? And is there an association in Slovenia, for example, for investigators to meet each other? And talk about that journey a little bit. Why would you look to join, say, global associations of investigators?
Starting from Slovenia, we have the chamber of detectives, and our membership is obligatory. And I'm also the board member, like for several years. But I think that if you wanted to evolve further, it's must to be a part of the bigger associations worldwide. So I think that offer really, really benefits for investigations, like professional credibility, also the legal and ethical guidance, and also to access to training, and the international collaboration. When you, for example, need an investigator somewhere around the globe, you can find it really quickly with the telephone call or with the email, So it's really important for the business growth to expand.
So you said one thing. So investigators in Slovenia, it's obligatory to join the Chamber of Commerce. Is it the Chamber of Commerce it's called?
No, it's the Chamber of Detectives.
Chamber of Detectives, right. So it's what is that, like a license, or is that something different?
We are licensed from 1994 actually, so it's pretty long history comparing to the world regulations here in Slovenia, and we have really strict regulation actually. So, but the membership, as I said, it's obligatory.
It's obligatory. Okay, so you have to join, right? Okay. So tell us about the trends that you're seeing in the industry. Having been in the industry for almost 20 years, I know you would have seen some changes. How do you see that go moving forward? What's your perception on the industry and how it will change?
A lot of change, like it's really fast from day to day, like technology, new regulation, shifting security, and several trends are shaping the future actually of private investigations, like artificial intelligence in investigations, AI tools, cybersecurity and digital investigations, as I said, but because the cyber crime is a major global threat. Investigators now need to specialize in online fraud, digital tracking, and cyber forensics, and also increase demand for workplace investigations. We do that a lot in Slovenia. Like companies are investing more in background checks and drug testing and compliance reviews. And also, as I mentioned, cross-border collaboration, like international teamwork is growing in its importance. So, we must stay ahead in all these trends.
This is what I was going to ask. If you want to stay ahead or try and keep on top of everything that's moving so quickly, where would you focus? Where would you advise investigators to focus their efforts now?
In technology, and I think that public perception and ethics is crucial, because you must be really loyal and ethical to conduct the professional investigations. And also to use this expanding into cyber investigations. That's really a new field, and we must do a lot to grow in this field. Also, corporate security consulting and collaboration, as we spoke about it with the law enforcement. So it's that field that we must work on it.
So the role of the investigator is changing, right? The way we're going in the industry, we're missing some basic skills that investigators had when we started, because of the access to so much information that's out there, and the data tools, the AI tools, the analytics that's available to process lots of information quickly and find him. Are we missing the basics? Are we missing the getting out on the street, speaking to people, doing the field work? Where's the balance?
It's hard to say, but I think that essential for our work now in this time is to have the multidisciplinary team to conduct really professional and satisfying, is that the right word, investigations. For example, I'm good at the field work, to go to conduct interviews, but I'm really not good in cyber investigations. But the other part of our team is great at that, because they're working that for like lifelong. So I think it's really crucial to connect and to have the multidisciplinary teams to conduct right investigations.
Yeah, you're right. You don't conduct an investigation by yourself. There's more than one step. What's the challenge then? What's the challenge for you in in conducting these investigations, both locally in your jurisdiction and
a little
globally?
bit
What
of
challenges do you
jurisdiction,
see?
because we have really strict jurisdiction, and also, to have the right amount of the time, because it's running really fast and we have a lot of cases every day coming in. And yeah, that's the main issue that I have right now.
And the challenges for an investigator coming into the industry as compared, I don't know what it was like in Slovenia, but I suspect very similar to the rest of the world. Going back when we started, a big part of the market was either ex-police or ex-military personnel that would come into the market at a later time in life towards retirement, maybe not retirement, but towards retirement, and come in to utilize the skills they learned in public service into the private sector. Whereas I think the industry over time is changing with a lot more younger investigators that are not from certain public service disciplines, but are from different, areas, have banking backgrounds or law backgrounds or just any other background, looking at private investigation as a career. What challenges do those guys have?
When I came to this industry in 2006, I was third woman in Slovenia, and the average age was 43 years.
Oh, wow.
And the most part of the detectives were from as I said, police force, as you said, police forces and intelligence forces and so on. But with the time, now the average age is 32 or something like that. And the most of the new detectives are coming directly from the faculty. And the main issue is that they don't have any, field knowledge, and it's really hard for them to start. And the main advice I'm giving to the new generation is to search for the right mentor and to develop in some larger detective agencies, so you can gain step by step the knowledge, because all the theory that you're given in the faculty is not enough for the field work, and that's daily basis hard work, 24/7, years on years, and then you're achieving something. But after 20 years, I'm not, how should I put that? Every day I also call the lawyer or the colleague to ask for some advice in the case when I need it. I had a few good mentors, but
Did you have a mentor?
For Slovenia, for example, we had 100 licensed detectives, and I put every time when I give lectures at our faculty, I put the advice that they should call around and ask if someone had time to to take them to the mentorship. But also the worldwide, maybe you can use our network, or also the Council of International Exchange program that I'm leading.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm the lead of it, and it started last year. I hosted the Czech detective here in Slovenia for several days, and now on Sunday I traveled from Prague back home when I hosted the Indian investigator there in the office of Detective David Karas in Prague. So it's a great opportunity, to exchange experiences in our field of work, and to gain the experience on the field, not just on the conferences when we see each other and speak, but you can go on the field actually and see how is work conducted there. For example, we were now in Prague.
Just so we're clear, you host an investigator from a different country and you show them how the field work is done in Slovenia, for example, and then you would exchange that in a different country, and that member or that local investigator would show someone from a different country how the work is done in their own country. Wow, that's really good. That's a good program. The other thing you mentioned earlier, and I just want to bring it up, you said you were the third female investigator in Slovenia. Are there not many female investigators in Slovenia, or are there been more after you?
Back then I was the third, but now we have like 40% of female investigators here in Slovenia. So we're really above the average in global wide, because I think the average global is like 20%.
Yeah, I would. Is it 20%? It was when I started a very male-dominated industry, but that's changed. I think. I think that it's changed, and it will continue to change depending on skill sets, job requirements. I don't think that's an issue anymore in this industry, because the role as well is changing of the investigator. So we're going to finish off with leadership. Before we get into leadership, in your opinion, what 3 qualities makes a strong leader?
I think the core principle is integrity. That's the first and main quality, because you can ensure that every investigation is conducted lawfully and responsibly. And really important, as we spoke already about it, is continuous learning, because our field evolves daily. And staying ahead means ongoing education and training day by day, 24/7. And the collaboration and mentorship, because building a strong network and mentoring the next generation are essential for long-term growth of our industry global-wide.
But if you were going to choose a leader out there, what 3 qualities would you say that individual to become a successful leader like you have done?
Loyalty. Connectivity with others, like for example, in multidisciplinary team, you must really prepared to connect, and also be prepared to educate day by day. That's the main 3, the principles.
3 principles: loyalty, connectivity, and education, or prepared to educate. Thanks, Bernarda. And give me some advice for the younger ones, the new blood that's coming into this industry, that's going to help move this industry forward. Give some advice, male, female, new investigators that are coming into the industry. What steps should they take?
So I think the private investigation industry is in the state of transformation, because leadership now demands adaptability, strategic thinking, and collaborative spirit. Whether you work alone or in a team, you must embrace innovation, hold high ethical standards, and support the professional growth in our field. So if you are thinking about it to become a part of this work, and if you thinking that it's your calling, just go forward to it and connect with the older ones, for example, like me or Mike, and to step forward and not to be afraid.
Don't be afraid. It's a big industry out there. There's lots of work, lots of clients, and lots of opportunity. Bernarda, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for providing your insight, your knowledge, and sharing some details. Bernarda's contact details are coming up on the screen now if you need to contact her directly. And once again,
Mike.
thank you for listening, everyone. See you next time.